जी खुशी भाई, क्या हाल है तुम्हारे? आज है भाई रक्षाबंधन, तो सबको रक्षाबंधन की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। हार्दिक बोले तो बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। टीका लगा हुआ है वैसे। मैं लगा नहीं पाता यार टीका। मैं जब भी लगाता हूँ ना, हट जाता है मेरे हाथ से। अभी भी यहाँ पे पूरा ऐसे फैल गया था, बट कोई नहीं। आज तो नहीं गए जिम। आज तो ये देख, बाइसेप यहाँ से निकल के आ रहा है। मैं हमेशा सोचता था मेरा बाइसेप कैसे आएगा जब मेरी बॉडी बनेगी। तो अब जितना मैं देख पा रहा हूँ, ये चीज़, ये एक्स्ट्रा गूदा गूदा, ये इसको पकड़ के खींच ला, हाश हाश, ये निकल के आएगा। इस हाथ में भी है, काइंड ऑफ बन रहा है अभी तो। मतलब बनना नहीं है, मैं तो ये तो लाइटनिंग की वजह से ऐसा दिख रहा है, बट अभी है नहीं, अभी तो बहुत बनना बाकी है। सो क्या हाल चाल है तुम्हारे? आज यार जिम नहीं गया क्योंकि आज त्योहार था, लेट सो के उठा। जा सकता था, बस फिर मैंने कहा घर के ही काम कर लेते हैं यार, है ना। घर के काम कुछ करा नहीं है वैसे मैंने, हाँ, लेकिन सोच अच्छी थी मेरी। काम उस हिसाब से नहीं हो पाए, बट कोई बात नहीं। पर जिम नहीं गए, तभी छोले भटूरे खाए। छोले भटूरे के साथ और क्या खाया? दही बड़े। दही बड़े खाए। दही दही क्या कहते हैं उसे? दही बल्ले कहते हैं, दही बल्ले। दही बल्ले खाए और हलवा बना दिया था बढ़िया सा, घी में, देसी घी में। तो भाई बहुत फुल हो रखा है, लाइक पेट। आज तो इतनी कैलोरीज खा ली हैं जिसकी गिनती नहीं है कोई, बट कोई बात नहीं, गिन कौन रहा है। तो यार अपन पढ़ रहे थे बुक। सबसे पहले बैठते हैं तरीके से, ऐसे बैठ गए। लो जी, हम अब हम करेंगे अपनी। ओए, मेरा भाई बैठा होगा पक्का। वो पीछे नहीं करता चेयर को, या पता नहीं अपने आप इसके सेल्फ डिफेंस है इसका। वो हट जाता है बैक, जैसे अब मैं पीछे हो गया ना, तो वो हट जाता है। यार बहुत खाली, आज समझ में नहीं आता क्या करना है। किताबें पढ़नी है क्या? पहले पढ़ते हैं किताब। जो बुक हम पढ़ रहे हैं अंग्रेजों, उस बुक का नाम है द मिस्ट्री मेथड। ये लौंडा चाह रहा था लव गुरु बनना, तो इसने बना दी एक बुक, द मिस्ट्री मेथड। वैसे इसमें ऑब्जेक्टिफाई कर देते हैं। आई डोंट लाइक दैट काइंड ऑफ सेंस, यू नो, क्योंकि एक फिर आप वैसे ये चीज़ ज़रूरी है। आप अगर कुछ भी चीज़ को अचीव करना चाहते हो तो यू हैव टू सेट असाइड योर इमोशंस एंड वर्क विद अ प्लान एंड एग्जीक्यूट इट। उसमें फिर इमोशंस नहीं आने चाहिए। तो सेम ये कह रहा है कि अगर आपको संभोग करना है बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ, तो आप ये मेथड अपनाइए। ऑब्जेक्टिफाई कर दीजिए इमोशंस को, फिर आप रख दीजिए दूसरों के इमोशन के साथ खेल लीजिए। सीधी साफ बात ये है इसके कहने की। But we are just reading for an educational purpose. I'm not supporting this. This is not the way to live a happy life. I have taught you a way to live a happy fucking life. And what is it? Were you gonna tell me? Or shall I repeat myself? I will repeat myself again and again until you dumbasses learn what it is. So, पहला, Sukh, Nirogi Kaya. First thing to live a happy life is to be healthy. So go to your fucking gym, go to your nearest park, go to any fucking where, just go and run and push up, do squats, anything you can do. Do at least thrice a week. You dumbass, do at least thrice a week. It's fucking necessary. 3 days a week is necessary. It's compulsory. If you do other than that, that's good. You're appreciated by God and by nature. But doing at least 3 times a week, it's fucking necessary. It's a call of duty. Okay? Second is get yourself educated. Read books. Anything that you can read, go fucking read. Anything that you can find, go read it. It's also fucking necessary. Exercise will keep your health okay. Education will keep your mind okay. and a happy soul live in a healthy body and in a healthy mind. I hope you understand, you dumb fucks. तो करो, कुछ ना कुछ करो, जो बोला है उसमें से कुछ करो, और नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो एक्सरसाइज तो मैं तुम्हें करा नहीं सकता, करा सकता हूँ, पैसा दो, पैसा करा के देगा मैं तुम्हें, पैसा फेंको इधर। एजुकेशन तो तुम्हें मैं फ्री में बांट ही रहा हूँ, ठीक है? क्या करना है तुम्हें? बुक की तो सुननी है, बैठ के सुनो मेरे साथ, और क्या ही करोगे। तीसरी चीज़ अभी सबकी औकात के बाहर है, जिन्हें मैं जानता हूँ, तो वो बात, इट्स अ रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस, एवरीथिंग इज अ रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस। यू कैन अचीव द इम्पॉसिबल ओनली इफ यू आर कंसिस्टेंट, डिसिप्लिन्ड, you know, you're disciplined and you're consistent, you will achieve anything that you want in life. What do you want in life? Tell me, and I'll tell you what I want in my life. मम्मी ने लोबान चला दिया तो ना थोड़ा सा नशे हो रहे हो धुएं के। तो हम बुक शुरू करते हैं अपनी, द मिस्ट्री मेथड, जो हमने पढ़ा था 5th चैप्टर तक। अब हम पढ़ेंगे 6th चैप्टर, जिसमें वो हमें सिखा रहा है मेथड A2, फीमेल टू मेल इंटरेस्ट। आई डोंट नो व्हाट दैट मीन्स, बट वी आर जस्ट रीडिंग इट for the sake of reading it, and if we can get anything important out of this, that would be beneficial for us. So let's fucking begin. Female to male interest, demonstrating values, indicators of interest, and group theory. Now that the set is open, it's time to create attraction. First, you must pick a target from the set. Maybe there are several pretty girls and your decision is somewhat arbitrary, but you still must choose one so that you can nag her. If you aren't physically attracted to any of them, choose an arbitrary target just for practice. You will make new friends. Okay. As you demonstrate higher value to the set and nag the target, attraction is created. She will respond to interest, which will help you to gauge your progress. This is the essence of the A2 phase. As discussed earlier, when a girl feels attracted to someone, she will begin to reveal subtle but distinct indicators of interest. Spotting these as they stream out of her help us gauge her internal state. A woman may deliberately give you the indicators, but often they are not conscious. Often men, Venusian art is included, also give IOIs unconsciously. With practice, we become desensitized to the presence of beautiful women and avoid this problem. Here are some examples of IOIs. Notice that some of these require more attraction than others. For example, a woman might be attracted enough to ask for your name, but not enough to leave the venue with you and bounce. Okay? She reinstates conversation when you stop talking. She giggles, she touches you. She tries to get rapport and build comfort with you. She looks back and glances at you repeatedly every minute or so. She tosses her hair to see if you look. If eye contact happens from a distance, she holds it for a second. She smiles at you. She stands nearby. She interrupts your conversation from nearby or laugh at something you said. While walking by, she turns her body toward you or bruises against you. She says something to her friends and they both giggle. She asks you for a light or the time or in any way initiate a conversation. While you are talking to her group, she particularly talkative to get your attention. She asks you for your name. She asks you your age. She compliments you. She is playful and tries to challenge you. She disagreeing but laughing. She punching your arm but laughing. She uses nickname for you. She plays with her hair while talking to you. When she's sitting next to you, her legs touches yours. She repeatedly touches you in any way. She asks if you have a girlfriend. She mentions your girlfriend friend without knowing if you actually have one. When she has to go to the bathroom, she comes back. When she has to go to the bathroom, she comes back. She holds eye contact for a longer period of time when she speaks with you. She avoids mentioning her boyfriend. If it comes up that you like something, she mentions that she likes it too, or needs someone to show her how to do it. When she says or does something, she looks at you to see your reaction. She looks at you from side to hide the fact that she is looking. She introduces you to friends. She buys you a drink. अबे बहुत सारे हैं क्या? She calls you a player or heartbreaker. On her way out, she reapproaches to tell you that she is leaving. On her way out, she asks you where are you going. She returns your call. She invites reasons to near you, interact with you, or have isolation with you. The most important IOIs to look for are: she reinitiate conversation when you stop talking. She giggles, she touches you, she tries to get rapport and build comfort with you. Sometimes it isn't when she does something, but rather when she doesn't do something that she expressing interest. These are called passive IOIs. They are very important because often they are only IOIs you will get. Here are a few examples. Her friend go, but she stays. She comes to you and hangs with you for extended periods. If you move, she follows you or waits for you. She doesn't flinch or pull back if you happen to get too close. She doesn't resist when you escalate physically, or she gives token resistance to avoid feeling like a slut. Fake IOIs. Be warned that girls may fake IOIs and lie to you. For example, a girl might give you IOIs while she is asking you to buy her drinks. She is not attracted to you but merely manipulating you. And of course, if you are easily manipulated, she will find you less attractive. She might give you IOIs just to keep you around as free entertainment. A girl also might give IOIs when she is in fact ditching you. For example, when she says, "We have to go to the bathroom now." If in the back of her mind she knows she is really ditching you, she might touch you on the arm as she says goodbye to give you some validation. A girl will also sometimes give IOIs just to see if she can get you to return them. If you return her IOIs too easily without making her work, you have just become another notch on her validation belt, and she may pursue greater challenge elsewhere. Don't jump on her just because she compliments you. Okay. Indicator of disinterest. Similarly, there are IODs, indicators of disinterest. Here are a few examples of these. Avoidance. She avoids eye contact. She avoids your call. She avoids you in general. If she can pretend that she didn't hear what you said, she will. She won't contribute to the conversation. She gets impatient easily. She walks away or looks away. She leans away, turns her back, or talks to someone else. She is non-responsive, or she repeatedly says, instead of giving you a real response. कोई गाना था ऐसे करके पता नहीं. She won't move with you, even 2 feet away. She won't invest. Practicing A1 and A2 will develop the skills to get the IOIs instead of IOTs. The path to mastery is not found by telling a hot woman that she is hot, offering to buy her a drink, being persistent, or asking her a lot of questions. Instead, practice A1, indirect and non-needy, and practice A2 with voila IOIs. For these, you have seen the movie The Tao of Steve. A1, A2 correspond to the first two rules in the movie. Be desirable and be excellent. Neg theory. Beautiful woman 9 and 10 endure a daily stream of awkward moments when otherwise harmless guy says, "Where are you from? What's your name?" and "You're beautiful." Many women have developed the ability to make these guys go away by being a bitch. It works. Are beautiful women really bitch? Doubtful. The truth is many of my girlfriends were both beautiful and warm. Once I worked through their initial defense with the judicious use of neg. If a woman doesn't develop strategies for quickly dismissing these daily barrage of bores, she will find herself trapping in conversation with you with just about anyone, even those with little survival and replication value. After all, until you have DHV, you can't expect a girl to feel you have any value anyway. Remember, you must first create social opportunity to DHV before judgment can be made by your target. Women who are 9 and 10s find themselves saying no to women with such regularity that when they finally meet a man who has legitimate value for them, they may, on reflex, respond abrasively. There is a silver lining to this dark cloud. However, hot women say no so often that when they do meet someone they deem to have high value, yes means yes, finally. In today's social environment, beautiful women have to become very good at brushing off men. After all, they are not going to sleep with every one of the men. They may say no, act annoyed, or use some other shielding mechanism. Many poor guys are left walking off angry. Many poor guys left walking off angry and feeling like failure, thinking a woman is a bitch for rejecting them harshly. If a woman accepts a beer from you when you have just met, the underlying social dynamic translates to "I don't know you, and I don't care about you, you are just another one of those typical guys, and since I don't respect you, I'll take that beer before I snub you." Her train of thought reads, "If the guys are stupid enough to buy me a drink, I am smart enough to take them." Hot girls are good at snubbing your approach. You will have to learn how to snub them back. Now that doesn't mean you should insult them. They are accustomed to the men they have heard saying, "You're nothing but a bitch." Okay? So how do you snub a hot girl back without insulting her? Let's imagine for a moment that a girl has long nails, which in today's society are often archaic. The Venusian artist approaches and says, "Nice nail. Are they real?" She will have to concede they aren't, like he didn't notice the question was to put down. He says, "Oh, well, I guess they still look good." He can casually turn his back to her for a moment. What does this do to her? Immediately she will feel like she just lost value in his eyes, but he didn't treat her like shit by insulting her. That would have made her defend herself with more snap or walk away. Instead, he complimented her, but the result was to target her insecurity. Her train of thoughts read, "I am beautiful, but I didn't win this guy. Why not? I'm so good at this, I'll just fix his perception of me. Everyone wants me." He continues to show a lack of interest in her looks and initiate a neutral topic. During this time, her interaction is to get him to conform so she can feel in control. Once validated, she can shut him down and move on. Before this can happen, though, she gives her another neg. He gives her another neg. Is that a hairpiece? Well, it's nice. This hairstyle should be called the waffle. He smiled playfully and stuck to another routine. He is pleasant but uninterested in her beauty. This intrigues her because she knows how most men behave, and this isn't normal for her. This man must be used to girls or married or something. These questions make her curious. She gives him little necks which she used to test for congruence. She passed these by lightly nagging her back. He paused in a story to say, "Ah, that's funny. Your nose wiggle when you speak. Look, there it goes again." She blushes. Now she is self-conscious, and this is where he wants her. He has with he has with only three necks successfully created interest, removed her from the pedestal, thereby circumventing her protection shield and buying himself more time to DHV. Neg. Statement or action made to briefly and without insulting disqualify oneself from being perceived as potential shooter. To neg someone is to be negged, to throw neg, to master negging. A neg is not an insult, but a negative social value judgment that is telegraphed. It's the same as if you pulled out a tissue, blew a nose. There is nothing insulting about blowing a nose. You haven't explicitly rejected her, but at the same time, she will feel that you aren't even trying to impress her. ओके लो भाई यार, मैंने फिर से चेक नहीं किया कि मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही. पता चला मैंने इतना बोला और तुम कह रहे हो भैया म्यूट था. ये तो धोखा हो जाएगा ना बीड़ू. तो 2 मिनट देना अपने को. ये तो धोखा हो जाएगा ना बीड़ू. पर अपने साथ नहीं हुआ ना बीड़ू. अपन बच गए तो वॉइस चालू है तो ठीक है. तो बुक स्टार्ट करते हैं जहाँ से रोकी थी. You haven't, तो यहाँ से ये सेंटेंस था. You haven't explicitly rejected her, but at the same time she will feel like that you aren't even trying to impress her. This makes her curious as to why and makes you a challenge. Example, too bad I'm a gay. Where are your off button? Not touchy. I have eaten girls like you for breakfast. क्या कह रहा है ये? Generally I found the better looking the woman, the more aggressive your necks will need to be. Okay. 10 may get 3 necks up front in quick succession just for being beautiful, while an 8 get only 1 or 2. You can go overboard if she think you are better than her. What happens more often that you did expect. Not only is it crucial to drop a woman's self-esteem out from under her, regardless of the fact that the most 10 will readily do this to guys, but not too surprisingly, it doesn't get you the girl. यार मेरी टांगें दर्द कर रही हैं आज. मैंने कुछ करा नहीं लग रहा है. It's only been 23 minutes and my legs are fucking dying on me. चलो कंटिन्यू करते हैं. भाई सो गया भाई. पैर बिल्कुल सो गया भाई. मैं अंगूठा खींच रहा था, मेरे को पता ही नहीं चल रहा कि मैंने अंगूठे को टच भी कर रखा है. सो गया ये वाला पैर. You can go overboard if she think you are better than her, which happen more often than you expect. Not only it is crucial to drop a woman's self-esteem out from under her, but not 2. Surprisingly, it doesn't get you the girl. Get as close to the breaking point as you can without crossing the line. When you reach the point where she is about to retaliate, start appreciating things about her, but not her looks. Mutual respect has formed, and respect is something men rarely get from a girl in the field. If you do if you do accidentally offend her completely and she complains about your behavior, this isn't recommended, but it also doesn't necessarily preclude you from mating. Oh, सो गया पैर. Shit. कैसे जगेगा? जग जा बेबी, जग जा. जगह पीछे खड़ा था, यहाँ से कैमरे में आ जाऊंगा मैं. हैं बात, मेरी शक्ल तो फिर भी नहीं आएगी ना. कोई बात नहीं, हम एच पे बैठते हैं. एज पे बैठने से मेरे हिप्स के नर्वस सिस्टम थोड़ा ठीक रहेगा. हिप्स का नर्वस सिस्टम देख रहे हो, बैक बोन जहाँ जॉइंट होती है ना, उसको समझ जाओ यार. नहीं समझा रहा मैं तुम्हें. चलो बुक पढ़ते हैं. कहाँ थे हम? If you do accidentally offend her completely and she complains about your behavior, this isn't recommended, but it also doesn't necessarily preclude you from mating. Allow her to vent her emotion by voicing her opinion of you entirely first. Then say, I monumentally sorry, I didn't mean to step over your boundaries. I merely intend to find them. Now that I know where they are, I promise I will not cross them again. I'm sorry. From there, the game is on. Hot girls can be opened with an egg. Pepper 3 of them into 2 to 3 minutes of neutral chat. Once the protection shield is removed, you can from place. नहीं. And once the protection shield is removed, you can, from a place of mutual respect, build comfort with the girl. Here are some example of effective nagging. Mystery. I don't think we should get to know each other. You are just too much of a nice girl for me. If your target says something rude, say, you don't get out much, do you? If your target interrupts you, say, hello, I'm talking. Geez, excuse me, may I finish my sentence first? You then say to others in the group, is she always like that? And roll your eyes playfully. If you are asking a question to 2 women and the target answers, you say, I didn't ask you. If you pull out your photos for a photo routine, first show them to the obstacle. When the target tries to see them, say, excuse me, I'm showing her the picture, not you. Wait your turn. Jeez. If a girl kisses you on cheek and goes to kiss you on other cheek, tell her, only one, don't be greedy. If she says yes, but I'm French, you reply, all French girls are greedy as you. That's nice hairstyle. Is that your real hair? Smile and look at her to show her you are being sincere and not insulting. Oh, I'm a model. Like what, like a hand model? Ew, your palms are sweaty. Ew. Where have your hands been? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. You have got something in your ear. Watch this. Here, pull my finger. This is good. You may decide to say, I'm just kidding. Here's really, I'll show you some magic trick. Look at this. My hand is empty hand, okay? Really? Okay, really pull my finger? No, really, I promise I won't fart again. Serious, I swear to you. Magician owner, no swear, I promise I won't. She pulls your finger, farts on. Oh my god, you can get talked to into anything. You can get talked into anything. I like that dress. I remember seeing you at the club before and you were wearing the same dress. It's nice though. My, you come on strong. That isn't till later in the relationship. Very good. This is a little test I do to see if you have any free thoughts of your own or just believe everything you hear. Wow, you really wrecked the moment. Your ex-boyfriend must really hate it about you. Phew. I'm a model. Do a lot of people ask you if you are a model? Yes, all the time. I think they're just being polite. Okay, okay. I just notice your nose wiggle when you speak. Ha, it's so cute. Point and say, look at it. Look, there is a like Samantha from Bewitched, but only when you speak. You take a stick of gum out and offer it to the target. No thanks, I'm drinking beer. I know, take the gum. Take a stick of a gum out. If she's older, if your target says you are so young, this is an IOI. Don't excuse yourself being young like champs do. Only someone trying to get the girl would do that. Simply reply cynically, yeah, I noticed. Poor you. Remember to convey your playful teasing attitude. Take a quiet moment to get over this age thing. I'll wait. Take a quiet moment to get over this age thing. I'll wait. Types of neck. Shotgun neck. These are statements such as, wow, she poops word and wears her off button. We can use this on the target in a group of convey lack of interest romantically. A nag is in fact an IOD. Of course, it is not that you dislike her, not at all. It's just that you haven't considered her a romantic interest. This IOD diminishes her sexual power over you, while simultaneously disarming her peer group. The shotgun neg is a great social tool set for the group's benefit. If it keeps her friend from thinking you have a sexual motive, and it keeps them from protecting her from you. The power of shotgun neg is in its appearance in sincerity. She will honestly believe that you aren't trying to impress her, then she will wonder why. Shotgun neg are useful for conveying a non-needy attitude, which is demonstration of higher values. Thus, in one stroke, you indicate lack of interest, disarm obstacle, and create attraction. Tease neck. Teasing convey a cocky, playful attitude. अब बैठ जाता हूँ, पैर जग गया मेरा. Teasing neck. Teasing convey a cocky, playful attitude. It's not perceived as inadvertent, but rather as deliberate flirting, but done properly. Example of these are, pull my finger. Wow, you fell for it, weirdo. You can dress her up, but you can't take her anywhere. Don't make me come down there, etc. When you call her a knucklehead, you cocky, playfully fun attitude reveal you are confident, unaffected, and in control. Teasing stimulates her emotion and is useful as DHV during A2. It is directed to either the group as the whole or the target directly. Sniper neck. A sniper neck is used directly on the target and she is the only one to hear it. Some examples of this are hinting to her that she should immediately wipe her nose, has a crusty eye, has sweaty palms, or just spat on you while talking. ये समझ में नहीं आया. And it actually grossed out you. The idea is to make her honestly believe that she has performed a demonstration of lower value. Is used to directly on the target and she is the only one to hear it. Some example of this are hinting to her that she should immediately wipe her nose, has crusty eyes, had sweaty palms, or just pat on you while talking. This is actually grossed you out. The idea is to make her honestly believe that she has performed a demonstration of lower value. This make her self-conscious and create a situation where she is wondering whether you have good impression of her. You can follow a sniper neck up by looking away or dropping the conversation for a moment for some IODs. Why? Her embarrassment make her vulnerable to latter flattery, but indicating even a slight lack of interest while using subtleness in your body language, you can create in her a powerful desire to win your approval and validation. The throw and go rule. Toss your neck like a pebble before it reaches its destination. Turn your head away and continues the conversation with the group in a throw and go fashion. As far as she can tell, it's not something that you are still thinking about or gave much thought to it in the first place. As you weave together the multiple thread of your conversation, occasionally the time will come to calibrate and throw a neck. When this happens, it's important that your target doesn't see you watching for her reaction. If you are trying to get a reaction out of her, she won't perceive the nag as genuine and inwardly, and thus it won't work. Furthermore, the reaction seeking behavior is DLV. Low value तो समझ में आ गया. DHV, anything you can do that, क्या कह रहा है? Anything you can do that conveys higher SNR values is a DHV. For example, if you open a set and already have two girls with you, you have demonstrated pre-selection, which is a DHV. When a girl see that all other girls have pre-selected you, they feel attracted to you as a result. If a woman discovers that you have lot of money, it is a DHV. A rich man may mean a rich lifestyle for her, and she is hardwired to impress her chance of survival and replication by aligning with those who can help her. She will find you more attractive. If she perceives that you are trying to impress her with money, though, she will then lose attraction. This is because only low value people try to impress. Such behavior is considered DLV. If you are trying to impress, you must be a lower status and thus unattractive. If a woman sees that you have a lot of social proof from gaming the room, she will feel more attracted to you. The social proof is a DHV. If, however, she sees you that you are socially unaware and incept, then it is a DLV. When you DLV, it's lower her perception of you SNR value, which makes her feel emotionally less attractive. Telling stories that are fun, interesting, and emotionally relevant demonstrate social skill, which is a DHV. A story can be structured to convey specific characteristic in a subtext, allowing you to surreptive flip attraction switch. Nagging is also a DHV because only a high value male would talk to her like that, and she seems sincerely uninterested. Example of DHV: pre-selection from other women, appearing to be a leader of men, being supporter and protector of those who love, being non-needy, being unaffected, social intelligence, nagging her, having a strong frame, having interesting knowledge, emotional stimulation, being socially in demand, other people are seeking your attention or validation, connecting conversation, Okay, group theory. A woman of quality tends to be found in a group that rarely, if ever, alone. When girls get together, they engage in a groupthink mentality. This groupthink is due to the same psychological mechanism that cause pre-selection. Girls look to one another to validate their choice and feeling. They will touch one another, hold hands, whisper things, move around the venue together, go to the bathroom together, rescue one another from aggressive guys or nice guy losers, and generally take care of one another. Often the nice guy waits for the girl to leave her group so that he can catch her alone and hit on her. But in the mystery method, we approach the group itself. Women tend to be attractive to the highest value men in social context. Could it be possible to take over her group and become the highest value man in it? Once the set is open, you disarm the friend with stories, humor, and other DHVs. You are interesting, fun, and emotionally relevant. In fact, you even steal the spotlight away from the hottie who is the target. You further disarm the friend by nagging the target. All those other predatory guys tries to open by giving her IOIs and offering to buy her a drink. They are so transparent. But you nagged her. Turn your back and continue telling your story. The friend doesn't perceive any threat. As you demonstrated a non-insulting indicator of lack of interest, they are disarmed. Unbeknownst to them, the nag have also introduced a tasty sexual tension between you and the target. Because her friend loves you, her groupthink mentality now works in your favor. You have the social proof of her peer group. Her self-esteem has been lowered slightly by the neg, and she wants some more attention from you. The life of the party, the guy who just pushed her out of the spotlight of her own circle of friends. She begins to give you IOIs, and she begins to work for your approval and validation. If you can consistently create reaction like this, you have mastered it too. Basic group theory operates on combination of two DHVs. What are some interesting things to talk about in set ESP and its possibility or impossibility? How you met a bear while hiking? Have you ever scared? How you are scared shitless rock climbing when your rope snapped? The time you accompanied your friend to visit a girl and Buddy was almost beaten to death when the girl is visited had a boyfriend who came out and there was a 20-minute car chase through lights and you were looking for the cop but lost the crazed boyfriend before you found any. The time you were in the hospital and it changed the way food tastes, the way birds sound clearer now. The time you hacked into bank but chickened out and put the money into charity. The time you lived with 4 girls and when they all had PMS, there was a giant food fight. The famous person you met, whether she believes in ghosts or why not. You like candles and incense. What does she like? The ant farm that you bought for your niece and what you learned from the experience. The time you were on stage. The time you bladed down a steep hill and survived. The social proof that is generated by taking over the group. Personality traits are also demonstrated to the group and thus obliquely to the target. The ability of the neg not only to convey higher value but also to simultaneously disarm the obstacle, remove the target's sexual power and motivate her to chase you to get it back. Multiple conversational thread. During a conversation, especially between people who are already acquainted with one another, various conversational thread will come up. You might talk about the weather, our families, what she did last night, various philosophical topics or current events, etc. As the conversation progresses, certain thread may be revisited or come up periodically. People who are not as well acquainted, however, often find comfort in a thread that has situational relevance and end up stuck on that one thread until eventually unravels. Imagine a guy is walking his dog in the park and he meets a woman doing the same. They strike up a conversation. Man, oh hello, this is a cocker spaniel. A woman, no, actually he's a mutt. I got him from the pound a few years ago. How about yours? Man, she is a black lab. I suppose they are getting on rather well then, aren't they? Woman, yes, yes, their dogs are funny. So you have hidden for longer? No, I don't know, about 3 years. So what sort of dog food you feed him? Notice how a man is always grasping the straw. He was successfully interacting with a woman on his dog thread, but he couldn't think of another thread with situational relevance in order to continue the conversation, so he went back to the dog thread again, making it rather obvious that the conversation with the woman was important to him, that he didn't want to screw this up. This is specially telegraphed by his overrush of caution during conversation as well. People will well acquainted with one another tend to use multiple conversational threads while talking, whereas people who aren't as well acquainted can get stuck on a single thread, followed by a polite end of the conversation. Man, do you have the time? Sure, 6:30. Thanks, so where are you from? If you go further by starting a new thread rather than continuing with the previously open and paused thread, you telegraph interest and force her to decide prematurely whether or not to burst out her protection shield kung fu. I have a boyfriend objection. By introducing multiple conversational threads into your set, you can create a strong feeling of familiarity in the set, as if you are already old friend. Elvis Gambit. Hey, did you know that Elvis Presley dyed his hair? What was his original hair color? Guess. No, dirty blonde. Can you picture the king as a beach boy blonde? He would never been famous if he didn't go bad boy and dye his hair black. Weird. In the early part of the set, when you haven't yet demonstrated much value, girl won't be eager to contribute much effort to continue the interaction. You must be able to contribute 90% of the conversation or it will die. Over time, as attraction is created, you can then use it attraction to bait the girls into more participation and investment. But even then, you must be leading the interaction, keeping her stimulated. Thus, it's extremely important that you be able to talk. Always has something to talk about. Get into talkative mode and practice talking to everyone, not just hot girls. Introduce several different routines and jump back and forth between them in a multiple threading fashion instead of running them linearly. Notice how logistically problem seems to disappear when you keep the target conscious mind occupied. With 3 to 5 stimulation conversational thread, you always got a thread to go back to, whereas your set can soar quickly when there are too many uncomfortable pause, or if it suddenly appears like you are grasping at straw to keep the interaction alive. Cutting conversational thread. Sometimes a thread is not useful. A girl may start talking about something that makes her feel bored or sad or think about her boyfriend. Back to home, For whatever reason, it is more useful to you to end that conversational topic. It is useful to end the conversation topic than to continue talking about it. When this happens, simply cut the thread and stack it to the next routine, her. So every time I hear that song, I think of him. Let me see your hands. Just completely cut a thread and replace it with a new thread of your own. Of course, this doesn't mean that you need to become Mr. Interrupt. You refuse to address every issue. Just recognize that when it is useful to you, you can cut a friend. Introduce a new thread to replace it and still stay on track. In fact, not only will it work, but also will find you more attractive as a result, since it demonstrates that you have stronger frame. Sometime it can happen that some of your own thread is not useful anymore. For example, if one of her friend has just joined the set in the middle of your thread, this can be awkward. If you finish the story, the friend will be bored because she has no idea what you are talking about. But if you start your own from the beginning, now the target is bored because she has already heard this before, and by the time you get to the end, it has become more anticlimactic. To handle this external interrupt, just cut your own thread, disarm the obstacle with a target bound neck and introduce a new thread. भाई मैं thread बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है? Thread सुनाई दे रहा था, thread. So I am halfway back to the house and there is only 3 minutes left, and I notice the can is starting to leak. Her friend arrives and the girls immediately face each other, start signaling each other. Introduce me to your friend, that's polite thing to do. As you shake her hand, shotgun neck the target one more time to disarm her new obstacle. ठंड लग रही, अबे यार इसलिए ठंड लग रही है। मैं कह रहा भाई ठंड क्यों लग रही है, बिना मतलब मैं शरीर ठंडा हो गया। Do you believe in spell? Okay, get this. Oh, don't try to go back to your original thread later unless they press for you to do so. It's try hard. Often, if you do not lead the conversation by actively cutting bad threads and introducing good threads, you delegate this responsibility to the girl. She will allow the conversation to get boring and then think that you are a boring guy for allowing it to happen. So do it right and make it happen, because she won't. The waypoint, the line. So how do you all know each other is a question that must be asked in every set at some point. Take a moment and recite it a few times. Get used to the statement because you will be repeating it often. हाँ बात ही क्या कहता है, खाना वाना खा लिया, पति कर ली, अब क्या चाहिए, बस सो जा, अभी और नहीं कर दूंगा मैं, खुजली उजली. The waypoint, the line. So how often, इधर आएगा, इधर हाय बोल दे, कैमरे में हाय बोल दे, कैमरे में उधर दे, कैमरा में होते. The waypoint. हाँ बाहर जाना है, अच्छा देखिए भाई ऐसे गेट खुलवाता है ये. आगे खड़ा हो जाएगा, छोटू के टाइम आने का टाइम तो नहीं हुआ, बट बाहर जाना होगा उसे, तो ऐसे आगे खड़ा हो जाएगा कि है जाने दे उठ जा. तो हम कहाँ थे, हम थे the waypoint. The line. So, how do you all know each other is a question that must be asked in every set. Take a moment to recite it a few times, get used to the statement because you will be repeating it often. It seems like a harmless, reasonable, sociable question, but it generates conversation and proves the Venusian artist with the full information. For example, if the two sets consist of two girls and you ask how do you know each other, it's possible that one of them will say, "Oh yes, she is my boyfriend's sister." Would this be new information? Possibility change your game plan? I wager so. The important information isn't the existence of boyfriend. Is if your game is tied, girl will secretly cheat on her boyfriend without even telling you that he exists. Rather, the important information is that she is probably not going to cheat on her boyfriend in front of her sister who is standing right here. So how do you all know each other? Might also reveals the group consists of co-workers or that a guy you thought was a threat was actually your target's brother. Actually, you were doing the mystery method and befriend him with DHV routine before conveying IOIs. The moment when you ask this question is the waypoint to the set, and it's typically occur 3 to 5 minutes in. Winging. The wing rule. He who opened the set led the set. He gets the first choice of the target your wing may open for you. Make your primary purpose as wing to help the pickup artist get his target. If you can also game up your target from the group, fine, but this is not your first priority. Don't jack the set. Don't even steal your wing's target. Sometimes the player is ignoring or nagging his target while working the group. It would be really easy to get into his set at this point and give attention to the target. Don't. Remember that if the player cannot advance in any way in the set due to Kino logout, let's just be friends, or a general lack of IOI, the wing may then attempt to recover the set for himself. Debate who decides before you are in field. As a wing, occupy the obstacle so that the player gets more time one-on-one with his target. Always agree with your wing. Never take the girl side over his. He is always right. Remember, your wing is a great guy, a cool guy. That is why you hang out with him. After all, you have high standards. Keep in mind that your wing feelings are important to you, even more important than the girl's feeling. If he approaches your set and you will turn to face him, girls do the same with their friends. If you disrespect your wing, it will be of lower value to girls. Never leave him standing around without acknowledging him or introducing him. Entering a set as a wing, and the were you guys just talking about gambit. The player has opened a set and has had enough time to pass the social hook point, usually within 3 minutes. The wing approaches the player. The player faces wing and greets him. Player faces wings and greets him. Player then says, "Hey guys, this is my friend." Wing says, "Oh, where are you guys just talking about? What are you guys talking about?" Player says, "Yeah, we would." And the girl casts a spell on Aaron. Conversation continues from the point wing is now in the set. The accomplishment introduction. Get your wing to introduce you by the name and accomplishment. He's the guy who, this is the mystery, he levitated over Niagara Falls. I like to introduce you to Glenn. He's the guy they wrote about who hacked into the power grid and turned off California for 6 hours. He dated Miss November, beautiful. They are accomplishment introduction. If you talk about yourself, it's like a tooting your own horn and is trying hard. But if your wing does it, it's likely to be believed. All you need is some minor proof. An article photocopied is to sign from them. A comp card with your picture on it to leave with them. Or a photo of you with a beautiful girl in a bikini. Keep that one for your photo routine. Remember, you don't have to be what you do. You just have to convey the accomplishment. Make it bigger than life. You don't have to lie. Make it true. Be great. The accomplishment into Gambit. The player had opened a set and had enough time to pass the social hookup point. The wing approached the player. The player faces wing and greets him. The player then says, "Hey guys, this is my friend. He's making me very rich. He's making me very rich, man. Great people, one of the smartest men I know." Wing says, "Pleasure," then runs the set for a minute. Conversation continues from this point. Wing is now in the set. "This is Chuck, he is a brother." Boring. "This is Bender, he is the lead singer of his awesome band called Razor. They just got on the chart." "What is your great accomplishment?" Write your accomplishment intro for your wing to use. It makes him appear cool too. Hang with a man of accomplishment. What would you do with your life if you had no chance of failure? What is your dream? What do you honestly want to become? Be great. It's powerful dynamic when you and your wing can run stories about each other. Storytelling. When you tell a story, it doesn't have to be overtly impressive. In fact, it's better if it's not the same amazing story, because you don't want the target to think you are trying to impress her. As long as the story is fun, interesting, and most important, captures the attention of a group, this will work. These sort of stories are most congruent if they are at least partially true and based on event from your own life. Conveying traits that flip her attraction switch within making it obvious that you are doing so demonstrate higher value and generate attraction. For example, in a story, it is possible to flip both the leader of men, protector of loved ones, attraction switch by congruently adding something like, "So I told him I have no choice, it's my little sister, so he jumps in the car cause my friend are there for me and 100%, and I'm the same way for them. That's how just we are." The pre-selection switch and the others can be similarly flipped also. Whether should I drink some water? वैसे मैंने खाना खाया है. I don't think I should be drinking water right now. चल ठीक है, थोड़ी देर बाद पीते हैं. I need at least 1 hour. The Gandhi bit. Gandhi जी भी आ गए क्या? Did you know Gandhi was a lawyer? I did not know this. Did you know he lived in England? I did not know this. Did you know he was hung like a race rover? Mahatma, the Shlong Gandhi. A helpful hint for telling stories in pickup. The shorter the story, the earlier in set you can use it. Describe in terms of sensation and emotions. When telling a story, men tends to focus on the fact of hand, whereas women look at your sensation and emotion caused by the experience. Structure your language to take it into account. Example: "This guy grabbed my ass. Can you believe that? I looked like an idiot." Good. "Then I felt a strong hand caress my ass and grip it tightly. I turned around and there was this man with a handlebar mustache smiling suggestively at me. All the girls start laughing. I never have felt so surprised and embarrassed in my entire life. Notice how this story's segment conveys the emotion of surprise, embarrassment, both of which are useful during a story. Three or full story segment like this put together can lead the listener through a little more emotional journey with a skilled delivery. This is a DHV, even if it doesn't reveal some value raising factoid about your life. Lock in props. While you are in the middle of actively ignoring the target by nagging her, she would unexpectedly leave the group. To prevent this, you can lock her in using a prop. For example, put your scarf or hat on her or hand her your photos and ask her to hold them for a second. Now you have her locked in. At some point in the future, you will be able to continue interacting with her even if she temporarily wanders off. This will also create trust. By showing that you trust her with your props, which she could steal, you also build her trust in you. If she starts to get restless, dangle some bait in form of other usual statement, such as I have something really cool I need to show you in just a sec, but before I do, then stag into another routine. Locking in. Imagine a two sat in at the bar, they are chatting, conveying the room, and sipping their drinks. It's not wise to open a set while they are waiting to order drink. That's a recipe for a constant stream of interest in A1, A2. Wait till the drinks are paid for and served. भाई ये तो मोटा पेज हो गया भाई. When you have opened the setter, the girl will always have their back to the bar. They will see the entire room behind you, over your shoulder, but you will see nothing except the bar behind them. This is a slight power differential in your position. As long as they are comfortable in their spot at the bar with a superior line of sight and you are slightly less comfortable standing before them, there will be a leak of social power from you to the set. In other words, you want to take their spot at the bar. The spin maneuver adopted to steal her spot. I tell a girl, go like this. I hold my hand out of chest level, palm down. Does she comply? If so, I can prepare to guide her to where I want her to stand. This is compliance tense. If she defies the test and refuses to cooperate, I didn't have enough interest. In which I do an IOD, then another DHV. Then offer her another compliance test as I raise her compliance threshold using this process of compliance momentum. I can return to this hand holding lock-in maneuver which she will now comply with and continue from there. If she complies, she will hold her hand out to match mine. I'll take it and say, now do a little spin. This is the other compliance test. If she complies, I spin her around. During this, I move her body away from the bar, stepping into her former spot. Now I am leaning against the bar in the power position instead of her, and she is facing me with her back to the room. Not only does it look like I am with her group and she is gaming me, but the distraction of the crowd around is minimized. This is on me. The show is on me. I say, yeah, that's your reward. And this is the payment. Oh, like I just playfully punked her by stealing her chair. She totally fell for it. If I have done it artfully, she will laugh and punch my arm. I then run another routine to keep her logical mind occupied while continuing to stimulate her and her group. Once you have locked yourself into the set, the preparation in the room will shift 180 degree. Now the girl seems to be all upon you instead of the other way around. Instead of merely talking to the girls, it looks like you lead them. This psychology also affects the girl themselves. Soon you are leaning back against the bar comfortably and your target is standing between your legs while you run a keynote test. During A3, always lock into your set at some point, usually 3 to 5 minutes into the set. In this example, lean back against something while the girl face you, with their back to the room, or sit comfortably among them. If it looks like you are gaming them instead of other way around, you are not logged in yet. The whole room should see you comfortably centered within the group. Adjacent set will perceive you to have high social value. Role playing. Playful role playing builds attraction. Invent some absurd scenario in your head and describe it to a woman. Make sure it's fun and playful, not heavy. Venusian artist. You know what I want to do? You and I are gonna go Greece. I'll dress you up like in a toga and we will sell hot dogs at the beach. You run the stand, I'll supervise. Sometimes little bits of material like this are preferable to a longer stories. Practice having normal conversation, but then preparing in a little bit such as these. Not only in this useful as an attraction tool, but in the comfort phase, you may also create a feeling of shared conspiracy. Venetian artist. You know what I want to do with you? I want to go to the beach together. I want us to go to the beach together, and you will wear a nun's outfit, and I will wear a priest outfit, and we will hold hands and make out in front of everybody. False disqualifiers. Use false disqualifiers as a disarming effect while demonstrating value. In fact, false disqualifiers are often identical to neg in this regard. These lines demonstrate confidence, fun, a lack of neediness, and a discriminating attitude that says, I am the one controlling the situation, I am the one who is the prize, I am the one who is screening you to determine whether or not you qualify for my attention. Example, it would never work out between us. I can already tell you and I are not going to get along. You're fired. You are too much of a nice girl for me. You are a nurse. Oh God, I can't even talk to you. I am totally not boyfriend material, and that's over there look perfect for you. You are so broken up. I want my CDs back. If you think telling a girl that you and she would never get along in order to attract her ultimately is counterintuitive, I agree wholeheartedly. Disqualifying yourself from being a potential suitor, then DHV. With experience, these challenging IODs can be powerful persuasive. The photographic memory, DHV. 5 minutes high-octane routine enables you to demonstrate that you possess a photographic memory. Later, you can also teach this routine to a girl. The fact of teaching is a good 15-minute routine in and of itself. In order to perform this routine, you must learn a memory aid known as mnemonic device. A simple system called the PEG system works amazingly well. First, memorize the rhyme: 1 bun, 2 shoes, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 hive, 6 sticks, 7 heaven, 8 gate, 9 line, 10 hen. Once you have memorized this, you are ready to perform the routine. The effect: pull out your trusty notepad and pen and write the numbers 1 to 10 on the paper. Tell your new friend in a set, I need to pick your brain for 0.2 seconds. I need list of 10 random words. They don't have to be hard. Just They just have to be different. Write down a word next to each number. Let's say she choose the word dog, car, water, dancing, marijuana, outer space, ugly, airplanes. After writing them down, without another glance at the list, claim to possess a photographic memory. Then recite them forward, backward, in random order. If she calls out a number, instantly answer with the word associated with the number. She'll think you're a genius. The secret? Memorize the word simply by hanging them on the 10 peg in your memory. Here's how. Word 1 is dog. The first peg is bun. Form a strange picture of your mind of a furry dog on a hot dog bun, only with a live dog. This is a weird picture that we won't easily forget. In fact, the more absurd and the emotionally equative visible association, the more memorable it becomes. Later, when she calls out the number 1, it's easy to make connection with your mind that one bun, hot dog with a bun, furry dog, the word is dog. Do this with all the words on the list and you will be amazed at how vividly your mind stores and recalls information. Another example. Let's say the fourth word, she choose the dancing. The fourth peg is doors. So picture a ballroom full of dancing doors. Later when you're trying to remember the fourth word she choose, you will remember 4-door dancing door. The word is dancing. The same gambit can actually accommodate 10, 20 or even 30 more words. For example, let's say she choose 10 more words for a total of 20. You picture a furry dog on a hot bun, or for 11, picture some visual association. भाई जो भी है ना, it's a fucking big chapter, bro. It's a fucking big chapter. What the fuck we are supposed to do now? So I guess we're gonna leave it till 174. हमने काफ़ी pages पढ़ लिए, but I guess it will not be enough time to read the full chapter. Should I? Or should I leave it? I'm feeling a little bit tired after reading. So let's play a fucking game. ठीक है, ये वाला तरीका तुम्हें समझ में आ गया? आप थोड़ा गेम खेलते हैं, फिर अपना काम कर देंगे. ये खेलना होता है ना अपने को. फाइंड अ मैच, यू फकिंग डम. एक गेम खेलते हैं, फिर अपना काम करते हैं. तो बाकी चैप्टर 6 काफ़ी बड़ा निकला, हम पूरा नहीं कर पाए. जनरली तो मैं शायद मैंने स्लो रीडिंग करी. आई डोंट नो, स्लो तो नहीं करी होगी, बट हमने जो भी रीडिंग करी है वो sorry guys, chapter 6 we will continue for the next time, so forget about it. Don't forget about it. We'll carry on with chapter 6 in this next vlog. Bye Patiyori Badi Bhayankar. देखेंगे.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Enemy dropping into the AO. shit, party shit, party shit, party shit.
I'm under fire.
I'm on the fire.
Green light. We're deploying to the war zone.
We're deploying the war zone, guys. We're deploying the war zone, you know.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Still to bring them back fast.
ओ भाई टंकी गिरा दी भाई. तो भाई इस गेम के अंदर ही टंकी टूटी हुई होगी. हाँ भाई इस गेम के अंदर ही टंकी टूटी हुई है भाई. भाई गेम स्टार्ट हो गया और सब कुछ खाली खाली क्यों लग रहा है. अच्छा मैंने कुछ गड़बड़ करी होगी. कोई बात नहीं. इधर मिलती है चीजें.
Soldier incoming. Your squad mate is redeployed. Well done. Changing mag. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Taking intensive fire. Down to my last mag. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You've got time for another bounty. Get it done. Hostile UAV in the area. All bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job. Effective fire! Invading here. Taking the rest of it. Your squad made it to the safe zone. Gas moving.
चीता है भाई. चीता है लौंडा कुछ भी कह लो भाई.
Last mag! Enemy dropping into the AO.
All I'm looking is pain, and now you.
Switching mag. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Enemy soldier incoming. Loadout drop, heading away. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Took a round!
Marks remaining operators from that
Max! I'm hit!
बहुत तेज था लांडा.
Back in the fight!
Turning you to the front. Earn this. Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
ने कम लोग कैसे हैं?
You have reinforcements inbound. Your squad mate is redeployed. Well done. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is closing in. Only 4 left. Squad mates back on station. Good work. Five squads still operating.
Damn.
In the AO.
Reloading. I'm back
Get
on
ready.
station.
You're
I'm back
redeploying.
on station.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. You have reinforcements inbound. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV is online. Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Your squad mates back on station. Good work. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now. Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind.
Right on ammo.
Fuck.
Changing back.
You just made a fatal mistake!
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
Back in the
You're
fight.
getting another chance. Weapons free. Additional contract online. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances. Supply crates have been restocked. Load up. All bounty targets are KIA. Well done. Additional target added while time remains. Be advised, you still have squad mates outside the safe zone.
Enemy in the area!
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Fuck! भाई कितना तेज है भाई.
Contract was compromised. Stand down.
Reloading.
स्किल इशू जिंदा भाई हम में से बस.
Need necropod.
Only 2 left.
Ooh. 10 10 कोई बात नहीं. स्किल इशू. यू प्लेड वेल. बड़ा खेल रहा था वैसे वो. सो आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं गाइस. आज का पूरा टाइम बुक पढ़ने में चला गया. बट इट वॉज इंटरेस्टिंग टू रीड द बुक. इट वॉज वेरी इंसाइटफुल एंड क्रेजी एट द सेम टाइम. सो we'll continue reading. आज हम एक चैप्टर नहीं कर पाए. Maybe it will happen because chapter was too long. I tried to read it for more than 1 hour. Still couldn't complete the chapter, but that would happen in the future books because some chapter could be long enough. So we have to complete them in multiple segments. So we'll get back to you. See you later. Sayonara, tada, bye bye, sus. And we will become more sashy in time, guys. So don't worry. I'm gonna get this pump out. Tada, bye bye. Ram Ram, Har Har Mahadev.